Hello dear students, how are you? So previously we have learned how to use a for loop to do things. Okay. Now the question arises whether we should use a while loop or a for loop. Okay, the answer is whatever you feel comfortable with. Okay. That means if you are comfortable with the for loop, use a for loop, and if you are comfortable with the while loop, you can use a while loop. Okay, there is absolutely no problem in choosing between these. But when we are talking about question papers and if a question paper says do it with the help of a while loop or a for loop, in that scenario you have to use that particular loop. Okay, so this is another construct. Now let us create a program which we have done earlier with the help of a while loop. Okay, so that was a prime number. Okay, so now we are going to make a program for calculating a prime number using a for loop. Prime number. Okay, let's make it a comment. Okay, now how I have made this comment, see, by if my cursor is still here, I'm able to do it in a one go. Okay, so actually there is a shortcut key called control and slash. Okay, if you hit control and slash simultaneously, you will make a liner comment. Okay, so this is a feature of a IDE. You don't have to go to the first and type hash. Okay, otherwise, for example, if I'm writing it like this, you have to move towards here and then use a hash. Okay, that's really difficult. You can toggle it by simply pressing control and slash. Okay, you can see, right? So now let's make a program. So idea is how to calculate a prime number. I told you earlier that prime numbers are the numbers which have only two factors, right? So let's do it. First of all, let's take an input int input, enter a number. Okay, so now what it does, input will take a input from the user and int function converts it into a integer value, and then equals to will assign uh, number to the no variable. So no is the variable identified by no. Okay, name. Now so let's write a for loop. I need to find out how many factors it has, so from 1 to number, right? So I in range, let's have 1 and to the number, okay, plus 1. I told you that number, if you use a range from 1 to n, it will give all the number between 1 to n minus 1. So to go up to the number, we have to add 1 to it. And let us check out if the number is a factor of I is the factor of a number. So this is how we can check it out. Number modulus I equals to 0. So if you divide, let's say 7 by 2, it will come 1. So 2 is not the factor of number. Okay, and if you say 6 modulus 3, so the remainder will be 0. 0 is equals to 0. So you can see 3 is the factor of 6. Okay, now let us take another variable called count for a counter variable and increase the value when we found a factor. Okay, so let's increase the value. Plus is equals to 1, or you can use count is equals to count plus 1. So this one and this statement are same. Okay, you can use either of them. Okay, and obviously the choice should be this one, because in this format you have to write less code. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to get out of the loop, because here it will calculate the factors, and after the loop is terminated or finished, then we can check the value of a count and count. If it is greater than 2, we can say print the number is prime, and otherwise we can say print the number is not prime. That's pretty straightforward, I think. Let us execute this piece of a code and check it out. Now let's enter a number, and now how I have executed this by simply pressing shift and F10. Okay, let's have the value. Let's have how much? Let's have 49. Okay, that's perfectly fine. The number is prime, you can say that. Another time, let's hit F10 again, shift plus F10, and this time I'm going to have 6. You can see the number is prime. Oh, I think I am having a problem in this code. Now see, let us debug this. What is going on? So before debugging, what we can do is simply print the count. Okay, this is a pretty fast. Let's print the value of a count. So at the end we will come to know what is the value of count when we have a enter 6. Okay, let's run this and have 6 as our output. Now you can see we are getting 4, but the number is, okay, I said it should be, sorry, less than equals to 2. Okay, see, I have committed a mistake, right? And how I figured it out? Because I have printed the count, and the value for the count was 4, but this line was printed, so that give me hint I have written a condition wrong. Okay, so use your head to find out the errors. Okay, by you can print the intermediate output, and if it is simple, and if it doesn't work, you can use always debugging, right? So let us see how to debug this program, and let's change it like this only, and let's have a debugging point. So how you can set a debug point is by simply clicking on here. Okay, so if you click on the margin, then there will be a red circle which indicate this is your debug point. Okay, and then here is the button you can see at the top right corner, or you can simply press shift F9 to debug. Okay, so shortcut key is also there, so you can use shift plus F9, and soon you will notice this line will turn to blue. It is taking some time. Okay, here we go. Now let's have some value, that is 6, and enter it. Okay, now we are into debug mode. So here is a step into. Okay, and the shortcut key is F8. So either you press F8 or click on this button. Okay, this will move your cursor one step ahead, and you can see we have a blue highlighted line which indicates the current point of execution. So if I press this button or hit F8, it will move to another line, or the next line is highlighted. That means the previous line is executed, and it says the count variable is created that has the value 0 and the number is 6. Okay, so it will display all the values, and even on the work area you can see number is equals to 6 and count is equals to 6. Okay, now if you hit F8 again, then you can see the value of I, or I variable, is also created and has the value 1. Okay, because we have set range is equals to 1 to n plus 1. So first value is 1, then the next value for I will be 2. And now we are going to calculate this. See, now so 6 modulus 1 is equals to 0. So 0 is equals to 0, that means this is true, and see, we moved inside. Okay, and when we moved inside, that means the condition was true and we were correct. Okay, so see, the value of count is increased by 1, and see, now the value of I is 2. So 6 modulus 2 is still remainder we get is 0. 0 is equals to 0. That means this condition is true and we should move inside. See, so we are moving inside, and then see 3 also it move, we are going to move inside, and see for 4 the condition is false because we get 2 as a remainder, and 2 is not equals to 0, so this piece of a code will not execute, and uh, your pointer will move toward the follow. See, it doesn't go inside the if condition. Okay, so for 5 also condition is false since we are getting 1 as a remainder, and see, for 6 modulus 6 is equals to 0, so the condition is satisfied and you move inside, and this gives you count is equals to 4. Okay, and see now, if the condition is false, then you have to execute this piece of a code, and if you hit enter, it is going inside. So you can easily guess what is the problem. It should not be like this, it should be less than equals to 2, so that when we have two factors, then only the number is prime statement should be printed, otherwise this statement must be printed. Okay, so now you have found out the error successfully, you can stop it and then you can execute it. Okay, so I stopped it. Let us hit shift plus F10 to execute this piece of a code, and see the number is not prime. So this is how we can debug, right? Hopefully new students will get it, how to debug a code. So this ends today's topic. Let's say goodbye and have a nice day.